Hey, what's up? I got another one today. This is actually back to back two interesting games. um, this is Forge. Um, I have a lot to say about this map when it starting all the way down to placement. Um, this is a map that is heavily skewed toward this team carry team carrying position. So I kind of like these where um, I like these situations, sorts of maps where the resources are very skewed towards only a few players. So
Game
it
started.
can be a little bit less frustrating for our higher skilled players. So this is Forge. All the mechs in the middle are worth 4 metal. Everything else is 2. You'll have this guy who will decide on his own to front, even though he should not. I mean, to tech, even though he should not. I have a lot of ideas about this map, and well, I think that your highest OS players should start here, 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 and then these players on the sides will be the ones where they get the opportunity to do the least amount of damage to the team. Um, I don't really think that the air position is really it doesn't get that many max. It's not that strong. Um anyway, so this is a map with a ton of energy reclaim. So you can very very quickly, and I guess I didn't do the most optimized build, but you might be tempted. We're gonna concentrate on this position with the 5 geos. I'm like, have fun with that, because I'm like very disappointed with where my team, the high level player, the high OS players have decided to land. Very very disappointed. Oh, and this is also an OP take situation. If we probably would have lost if I didn't get the OP take. Um, yeah. So some things to note. Let's talk. Obviously, you'd be tempted to just tech in this position, but it's I don't really think even on glitters that attack position is necessarily necessary. Um, but it's, those back positions. I get, I don't know. I don't know. I would like to see some people try in advance, in agreement in advance, to see like what happens when everybody fronts, and then I think just securing the metal is way more important, so that you have the metal without making any sacrifices to I can't think, to without making any sacrifices, you can take the metal that you gain by doing that to get T2. Anyway, it's another map where it's very campy. You have these really only these 2 positions, and I don't see this too often, but creepy crawlies can get up here, spiders. Um, yeah. So I wish I was even more aggressive with resbots in this match, but I am not just going to tech. These spots are insanely valuable. I had one time where this guy was like, "Hey, carry me." Oh, or I'm gonna go full greed in this position. I'm like, doesn't make any sense. No sense at all. So basically, I'm gonna try to get 5 cons, and then stabilize the front, get as many at least up to here. I'm gonna try to get without. I don't want to sacrifice any territory behind this. This guy, hey guys, don't let your comm walk. Here's some fundamentals, okay? When you start, don't let your comm walk. That's wasted time. As I don't even know exactly how this guy managed this, but okay, well, this is what he did. I think he started there, walked here, grabbed 2, bam, bam. Okay, I'm actually not 100% against this. If you were to, but you have to be aggressive. You have to build a light laser turret here and here. I don't think it's a necessary build though. It might be. I don't know too much about this map. Yeah. Maybe it is a comm walk position, since you only start with 1 max and these are so valuable. But yeah, if you decide to do that, you build a max, a solar if you need it, and then a turret. You walk and then bam bam, another turret. So this doesn't happen. And definitely if you if you're naked expanding like that. Okay, as you can see, how incredibly dangerous this is, because he doesn't have any units, and then his commander is coming back here like, I'm gonna build wind all the way back here. So yeah, and this is why you don't put your worst players in the front position with the most available mechs. Something wildly stupid will happen like this. But if you find yourself in this situation, definitely guard the factory to repair it. This is a situation where he could still recover if he just puts down a light laser turret, but and also the light laser turret would go here, and then probably the factory back here, because turrets don't fire over certain buildings. Most frustratingly, they do not fire over windmills. They usually don't get blocked by solar collectors, but I don't know like all the nuances about that. But if you were to put a light laser turret here, it may or may not fire over that factory. I don't know, but this guy's gonna rage quit. He's already dead. Yep. Nah, I have to. I was dumb. I put the thug in the queue. I should have. You should always start with the infantry bots. And I'm not 100% like responding to this. But yeah, this is why I'm very opinionated on that. So like stuff like that happens, and if the more you gotta trust more metal to the more skilled players. And this is why it's so important that random draft games should just not ever be a thing. I hate that. I don't like it. Bleh. Anyway, I see that and I take immediately once he quits, and then I offer them to restart, because this is an OP take, obviously. Yeah. One of our lowest skilled players gets taken by one of the highest skilled players.
Game
and
paused. Game started.
I didn't decide to like outright comm here. I needed the comm for the build power to stabilize the front, to build units, and I'm gonna make thugs or mace. It's gonna be difficult microing and with resbots and stuff, but yeah, back here I'm making enough solar whenever I see that I'm e-stalling, I'm just building solar. You might argue that this is a wood map, and you might be right, but this is actually a Resbot map, so... And I'll show you a little bit later. It's gonna be subtle, but I'll keep an eye on my teammates' metal need to, how to put this, I'm going to keep an eye on my teammates, like how much, if they're not spending their metal and they need energy, then I will float these geos. And I'm also not going to wait for my teammate to build his geos. Not going to do that. Absolutely not. I'd be happy if I get all the geos, to be honest. Or if one person just does all the geos. This is not a tech position. We're really struggling here. What am I thinking? If I get stuck back here, I'm gonna want to tech, but don't do that. What am I thinking about? What do I have to say? Yeah, these geos are really, really good, especially in a map like. I don't know. The geos are really good. Like the average win has to be pretty high to beat out. Yes. Anyway. So these plasma bots, they're like a hybrid between a thug and like a light infantry unit. It's like a fast infantry bot. So I had struggled fighting these recently, but these grunts did a pretty good job mowing this down. So that was something I learned this match. And I would really have liked I have a lot to do here. It would be nice if this guy was using his comm and claiming this max, but I don't. A lot of things got lost on this one because of all the stuff that I had to do. Like, I'm thinking, okay, now I'm taking once I get up to 5 cons, I'm gonna be taking the geo, and I feel comfortable with my energy income, and I'll be floating a lot of this E. Yes, I could be converting, but I don't know what is best. You're just gonna be flooded with so much income, and I wish that I didn't let that happen, but it didn't happen for too long. That the units, the cons were idle. Want me to nuclear bomb rush those geos? Air isn't super strong. This is a map you'll see I get an anti-nuke up late, so it's an easy thing to forget, especially if we know that one of these guys is 6 OS and is getting like the most important spot. One of the 2 most important spots. Yeah, this front is barely hanging on, and purple has to divert over here. Purple is not using his metal. He's 1600 in the bank. That's like 14, 15 thugs right there. You don't want that to happen. But I will be keeping an eye. There is a command I would like to point out. If you need to just go for the mechs, there is a command it's Control E. Don't do Control E. If you do Control E, I'm pretty sure it selects all of your engineers, or maybe all of your units. It's not good. I have to look at the key bindings because Control E will end up selecting all of your engineers. You don't want that. When you want to only reclaim unit Rex, hold E, then area command, hold Control, and it will only reclaim units or Rex. You got to be really careful because if you hit Control E instead of E Control, you're not gonna be happy. I don't know if it's different with other. One day I'll talk about settings. I use the what do you call it? Grid layout. It's pretty good. I like the grid layout. Okay, just gonna keep letting this game go on, but yeah, I've been using that. It's so that your cons aren't stuck reclaiming E when you don't want it to. So I'm gonna float energy, and when I hear your whole team is wasting energy, I'm gonna be like, oh no. This time I decided I wanted to get the safe geo, but I didn't. So there's really ultimately no reason why I opted to build, because I inherited this guy. I had arm, and I was like, later on in the game I couldn't remember, like, why do I have an arm con? How did that happen? And then I had an arm T2. I'm like, oh, someone must have gave me. But no, I just completely forgot. Like, this game was weird, where I just had both factions. I still like core more. And the Legion was on, obviously. And I'm like, okay, yeah. First thing I'm gonna do is upgrade these mechs because they're worth 4. I mean, I'm always gonna upgrade the mechs first. I'm gonna have a lot of trouble spending my money. And I'm getting these butlers out. And then I was thinking earlier how it's like, it's hard to spend all of your money on combat engineers. So I was thinking, like, why don't I just build a second T2 factory and see how that works? And I end up doing that in this situation. I'm just like, I'm drowning in money in this position. And I like have to get really creative with how I'm going to be spending it. So I'm upgrading these mechs, and I'm juggling a lot. So it's not the most it's definitely not my most well-practiced thing. But yeah, some things you'll see me, I'm a bit more willing to help build stuff or complete building things for my teammate. I would have preferred to go for a Prude, a safe geo, but I forgot. I just like right-click this and forgot that it's not automatic. Like ARM still has like a normal geo. You have to click specifically to get that Prude. But I think this is 1,000 E, and then the Prude is, I did the tap and go because, yeah, I'll finish that and I'll run over here and finish that. Or I think at this point it's a good time to reclaim these solars. Took me a minute to realize that. I'm like, I'm stalling here. Like, nothing. We're just. It's not a. I don't want to stall. And then I'm making another con over here so I can start the next geo, and I'll make like a third con and just spread out, because like I can't, like, it's really tough to keep track of everything. So I'll even go for a third con to tap these mexes, and then later on have the butlers run over and finish building. I think we're really close to wasting E here. So at some point I should have been like, okay, well, I have all these butlers. I can make I have a lot of decisions to make because I'm not doing everything like the most min-max possible way. I don't know how to do that quite yet. Maybe, fuck, man, I don't know, like, construction turrets might be a thing. I'll be happy if I just spend all my metal, but in this situation, like, what's more important? I'm floating, but it's not telling me I'm wasting metal, so the mechs are very valuable, so I'm gonna upgrade those. And then, if we're really feeling the pressure, I'm gonna be switching to PD, point defense of some sort. So these advanced geos are kind of scary, but then I also decide to spread out my base more because I can with combat engineers. So let's look at the red team. Let's skip forward because that might be the red team is ahead by 3k right now, and this side struggled a lot all game, so I'm thinking it's a lot of reclaim at this point because they're not quite capping the max yet. But over here I'm like, I've got a I want to scale really hard still. My computer does that. I'm not sure which of the 10 USBs I have connected to my computer are just turning on and off. I have an hour. I have less than an hour, really. I should be done and taking a shower so I can go swing dancing, but I really wanted to do this video. Oh, man. How far are we in? 22 minutes and a... How long was this replay? I keep doing this to myself. It's 42 minutes. So I might just at least have it running. Here's that second T2 I was talking about. Because, like, how am I going to spend all this metal? Oh, man. It's hard to say exactly, like, what our actual income is right now. With all the reclaiming going on. I'd like to know what the base income is. Like, red is... Red's doing well for himself with the... Oh, well, not that well, because I'm like 15,000 ahead of him. And it's because my priority has been to upgrade and cap my mexes and take these early on. I know that. Also, I might not be pulling my weight here because I'm actually 2 players. I forgot. Well, I prioritized getting more income first before sending cons around. Oh my god, like, it'd be a nightmare if I'm like trying to share cons and transport them. So yeah, luckily everybody somehow got their con, whoever that player was. A lot of people ended up making their own T2. So in the beginning of the game, I told everybody, like, that's not a tech position. We don't have a tech position. Everybody goes front. Or I said, like, we're the tech position. And really, like, yes. We're, for all intents and purposes, we can afford it. Or going to be the first players to afford it. Yeah... I'm gonna zoom my way through here. I'm like paranoid of these AGOs exploding. So you'll see me. This entire match was a struggle. So the theme of this is bulwarks are really good. Bulwarks are so good. And combat engineers are just so good. And build deflectors and anti-nuke. Try to cap all of your geos. I didn't end up capping either of these until very late in the game, and that was a bad idea. Termites were pestering me, but didn't do too much. I was kind of worried about that, but yeah. That's why I would like to build prudes in these positions. I guess the Cerberus is like pretty insane. I can't tell exactly what its range is right now. It's not... Can I try to give an attack command and like it's just not showing me what its range is right now? But yeah, anything that's in range of a Cerberus is just, oh my god, this is gonna get torn apart. Energy per shot. DPS is only 335, but I mean it's certain things it's really good with. I can tell you that. So I like pulsars, but I'm going to make the decision to make bulwarks. I like these walls. I don't ever use them, but I'm gonna be playing around with that more. I see that this side needs help, so I'm opting to make defense over here as much as I can. I helped him cap this geo. I don't know, like, okay, it gives 600, 1250. Oh, wow. I don't really agree with this rampart. I don't know what it's for. It does give anti-nuke, but I have an anti-nuke. Yeah. It's cheaper. And, like, this does a whole bunch of things, but I don't necessarily think it's worth it. And the drone platform thing, what's it really doing? Maybe it'd be better as a position up here, but back there, I mean, I disagree with it, but whatever. I start this and then I think I might have canceled it, or I'm swimming in money, so I didn't, I think. But I decide, like, I'm gonna put random APHIS here, there, converters here and there. I still need to learn the command to check, like, what the blast radius of buildings are. I'm gonna turn this down even more. Yeah, I built this and then I was like, well, I actually want a fusion. And then I was like, oh no, I actually need to convert this fusion money, or fusion energy now. And then they lift fat boys up here, and there's termites, so I send the Karganaths up to clear that up. And then later there's that Legion drone platform that they get up there, so I have to build more Karganath to get up there, and then this is annoying. Hey, look at me, I'm gonna D-gun. I'm so clever. I hate that so much. They're still 20k ahead, and like, they just got a D-gun on like 10k worth of Karganath. Yeah. But I'm being very aggressive with scaling. This is... Why are you placing it that way? What's his perspective like? Is he looking at it cross? I don't like it. Okay, so some people like say that if you look at it from, if you look the battlefield on landscape, you can see more. I get that. So when they build their APHIS like this, okay, but I don't see that very often. People are building like an APHIS farm at this angle, and also it's 3 deep, not 4. I guess that's all you can fit. Weird spot though, bro. Oh my god, you don't need to like. There's you got okay. So later on, I built an APHIS farm here. I didn't even notice he was doing this, but like, it is so important to scale. If you don't scale, you are letting yourself down and everyone else. And yeah, I'll be struggling quite often to like. I'll have a factory just dedicated to building Resbots a lot, just so that it's just so that they're not being sent straight to their death. And I'll also I'll put them on a quota, and the quota will go up as needed. But I'll try. Unless I'm really confident or just desperate for like not dividing my attention that much. I'll just I'll 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 rally these to like a safe spot, and then every once in a while I'll be like, oh, there's some reclaim, and I already have these resbots here, so and then I can just make preparation to try to claim that if I can. But this was a struggle. Like I was feeling it. I was very much feeling us like losing here. As you can see, we're now 50k metal behind. But oh geez.
Game started.
Very, very, very aggressively scaling here. Even could be scaling more aggressively, but bulwarks are crazy, you guys. And every time, like if they don't notice that bulwarks are crazy, I'm gonna take that reclaim and convert it into my own stuff and APHIS and whatever. And like over time, there'll be like one of these. The Legion player is gonna spam Astraeus. He's gonna get like 3 or 4 of them out, and he breaks through my barriers here at one point, but. I'll have con turrets here and T2 bots just speckled about. That wasn't really by design. It was just like, it was just kind of getting pretty nutty out there. And they were just like, where's the nearest con? Okay, start building another deflector here. I'm like, I'll build a deflector here. This is like really important to have a deflector. I'll be aggressive. Probably shouldn't be aggressive, but I feel like I need to be doing something. And I'm feeling like this is breaking through. So, I'll keep on it. I definitely need to be getting this reclaim. This is 24,000. That's units that can either be revived with a lot of effort. I didn't notice that, there really wasn't any defense here, so we actually probably could have won here now that I'm looking at it. And let's see how it this drone defense platform. I'm just gonna, this side was like stressing me out at all times, with blue as a champ holding it. It's probably one of those things where it's like a D-gun, and oh my god. There's an Astraeus. Oh, Resbots can... This happens a lot. Resbots can repair this. Hold M in area. Command restore. that'll bring the terrain back. Yeah, I didn't smell the blood, and nobody else was like, I'm like, Purple, why are you only making salvo bots, dude? Like, make something with HP that can like spot for them, so you can be aggressive. But yeah, I just gave up. I gave up on that. I didn't know, so yeah. I started building my Aphis farm here, and then I was seeing this, and I was like, oh no. And then here's this behemoth. Oh, it was unhappy. I heard behemoth spotted, and I'm like, man, it'll be fine. And then it got closer, and I was like, started desperately building bulwarks here, and I tried getting my comm, and I screwed it up. I'm wondering if my D-gun missed. We'll have to take a look at it, or behemoths are the only unit that takes multiple shots from a behemoth. Yeah, I wish we were being a little bit more aggressive here, because this could have been broken at any point. Myrmidon is up there. Now this was so fun to deal with. And I'm just like, what? Why? Oh my god! You got it. Making me do so much. The behemoth. And I started building a pulsar because that was the closest con. I was like, oh my god, pulsars aren't going to be enough, and it doesn't even finish. They get it, but then I'm like, okay, I can build a bulwark here, and also maybe some more build power. And I don't know, whatever. Oh man, we got down to one con. It was pretty scary, and it was sitting in the air player's base, not even cloaked. I'm like, ugh. So behemoths are destroyable. You just need to have a bunch of bulwarks or units to fire at it for an extended period of time, preferably out of range. Sharpshooters are pretty good as well. But I'm bringing my comm over, and let's see what happens. My D-gun, I really don't know what happened there. If the D-gun hit and just did like a third of health, I just don't know. But I'll definitely repair these holes and then get to reclaiming or repairing or whatever. I definitely want to reclaim this or repair this pulsar. I'm running out of things to talk about. I was like playing this mini game over here because like once this got wrecked, I'm feeling like I didn't get any bulwarks up before that behemoth like took out my T3 factory. And I'm like, okay, well, I built all of this, and I was like, man, we're gonna make a greedy Aphis farm back here. So I'm not even gonna split my con turrets. It's gonna be so sneaky. No one's gonna know about it. I was like, I really hope they don't scout this, because there's no anti-nuke there for quite a while. And then also over here, we're seeing that there's no anti-nuke over this entire base. Or right here. This is like, I don't even know how to describe this. A truncated? Is truncated the word? What does truncated mean? I feel like it's half of an aphis farm. It's a little bit less than half. Truncated. Shortened in duration or extent. Yes. Very weird aphis farm, but okay. It's not how we normally build those things, but whatever. Just build an anti-nuke next time. But I'm being a bit hypocritical here with my... Oh, and then I had this group over here just making converters. So not all of it would get blown up at once. This is the point where I'm very glad. I'm like, oh, pleasantly surprised. Blue is getting Sol Invictus up. And I'm doing a very valiant defense here that, in retrospect, could have been a very valiant offensive. But I'm also not too worried about it. In this situation, I don't know. My game awareness was lacking on this one because I thought we were... I thought I was just struggling the entire time, but it wasn't so bad. I was like, man, can someone please deal with this? Like, my T3 is over here. It's going to take me a minute to get over there. Like, can someone please just bomb this stupid thing? But this is the thing I'm, like, worried about is, like, at some point, the big boys are going to come out. So, yeah. I guess we're just free Sol Invictus, I guess. Looks like I need to be more willing to build pinpointers. I would like to see myself build more con turrets to repair this stuff. But that he did do the smart thing where if your Titanic gigantic unit is about to die, run away and repair it. Ooh, not too good here. Need to yeah. Need to have those do what they need to be doing. These drone carriers are pretty nasty. They have like crazy range and drones. But Karganeth can handle them. And then this is a death trap now. We might be ahead at this point. We were behind for sure, but we were given a lot of reclaim. Jeez, we're still behind here. Wow. Oh no. Dang it, I'm gonna have to... Hold on. I didn't want to have to do this, but I'm probably gonna have to splice the video, and I don't think the game's gonna have... Okay, we do have audio. Okay, cool. Awesome. But I'm gonna have to splice the video. So... I don't remember what I was talking about, but... Let's count Aphis, I guess. If we can. Oh, jeez. Tiny icons. I don't even know how I'm going to be able to count that. Like, what is their base income? They have a lot of Aphis spread out. See, this is like the thing, okay? These two players are scaling. This player is scaling. This player isn't scaling very well. These guys aren't. Not very aggressively. Am I not doing a very good job scaling compared to 3, 6, 7? He's good. This is scaling. This. I don't even know what happened. I think this game might have been won on purely on defense and like building really powerful defensive units. I think I'm just having trouble telling like what is the base income. It seems like most of the time most of our income is coming from them funding us. Half of our team is left. Tactics, I guess. Oh man. This is awkward. I hope that doesn't get blown up by a random Vanguard. That surprisingly doesn't really outrange Pulsars, I think, by the looks of it. I can't tell, but they're close. Jeez, and then okay, this guy made Astraeus, and I guess this is when I was finally like, oh, this is Astraeus. Really, I was just expecting so much more, them having so much more defense in place, so I wasn't aggressive. Oh man, and if only I had noticed. I'm just kind of like letting them get away with stuff. Oh my, that's 9 dragons. We were losing bad on air. I mean, just by like economy wise. Jeez. I think we just made better unit decisions, maybe. This was one of those points where it was like, so many Astraeus and a Vanguard just getting pommeled by stuff, but overbuilt deflectors. Yeah, a lot of games are won just by like spamming. Like a lot of late game is won by having a lot of defense and not leaving any gaps for silly stuff. And then teching behind it. I'm just like, I'm looking at this metal income at all times, and I'm just wondering, like, how did we survive this? What is... It's like an 11 Tyrannus? Like, I'm looking at this, and I'm not... With this metal difference, I'm just not sure how we held this together, aside from these turrets. Like, where this metal difference, 1.56 metal to 1.83. So what ends up happening is Blue's gonna break through over here, and then I'm gonna get a Juggernaut and finally take care of these Astraeus, which are freaking me out at this point. I didn't even see what happened to the Tyrannus. Okay, the Tyrannus are just... Yeah, this alone being used for something could have won the game, or I guess these nukes being something useful could have made the difference. Yeah, I think we lucked out on the nukes. And then this was too little too late. And I'm curious. Yeah, they get shot down pretty easy. Yeah, those could have been fighters. 30,000, 40,000 metal worth of fighters it could have been, but they weren't. Yeah, air can be countered very efficiently, and so can nukes, and so can Astraeus, so can long-range plasma, like artillery. I like to rely on solid beefy units, and
Battle ended.
I guess you have to like really execute your air well and be ahead on eco a lot to close out a game. Yeah, that's about what happened. Wow. This is why you oughta watch your replays, because you get the whole perspective. Jeez, wow. Okay.